It's a Sabbath afternoon, and I haven't done this for a long time, but I took a walk down the end of our country road. See, it's a dead end that we are on, and there's a little bit. She tags along with me. Often I have 3 cats following me, but today it's just her. And I like to walk this road. It's very peaceful. We live in the country, and this is where we want to be. We like the quiet. We like to hear the birds. And although we don't have water on our property, right next to it, right next to our road, is a creek that runs most of the seasons. Sometimes it slows down a little bit in the summer. But yeah, when I'm in the right frame of mind, this is my walking track for much of the year. It's pretty safe. It's not well traveled at all, and it's just so peaceful to me. Through the summer, I've been walking up the hill a lot to visit my sunflowers, and I've kind of neglected our little road here. But I'm glad to be back. It's a new, not new. It's a different atmosphere. It's more detached. When I walk around the property, I oftentimes see the things that we need to do, we need to accomplish, the gardens that we need to weed. But when I'm down here, I don't have all that. I can just look at the beauty of nature. I can be thankful that we have been blessed with a piece of property that really is in the country, and I just get recharged. And I think that a lot of people are like that. When we get out in nature, it's just a boost to us. So it's just a gravel road, not much. It's nothing spectacular, it's just peaceful. And that's what we were looking for when we were looking for a country piece of property. We wanted peaceful. And we couldn't afford something really grand and huge, but we were blessed with 26 acres, and we've made it work. And the longer we live here, the more I realize that we are blessed, the more we are able to do with the property and be detached from the busyness and noise in town. It's worth it. Of course, there's a lot of work, and so that's interspersed with moments of peace, but at least on Sabbath, I definitely like to get away and get out in nature. One of the things I look for in recognizing that fall is coming is the Pye Weed. When it starts to bloom like this, you know that fall is on its way. We've had a hot summer. We've had a wet summer. It gets a little fluffier. It gets to be where it looks like a big duster thing that, you know, those floofy ones, whatever you want to call them, that you go up in the ceiling. That's what they look like, or kind of like a big toilet brush too. But the Pye Weed, it stands tall, it arches over the road as we drive down the road, and it's a sign of late summer. I really love to see all the wildflowers of each season. I can never decide which season is my favorite. I like the spring, the early spring when they're just coming out. It's so exciting. And then the summer, I don't notice the wildflowers as much because there's so many other wildflowers. But the fall, I love the fall wildflowers. We've got the Pye Weed, the Jewelweed, Ironweed, of course the black-eyed Susans seem brighter, and then we get the Goldenrod, and it's just refreshing to see all the changes of the seasons. And I don't know, every season is kind of my favorite, but fall is my most favorite. the unique plants that we have here in East Tennessee. We live in Upper East Tennessee. It's called the Hoary mountain mint. And, you know, in the Bible, Hoary, H-O-A-R-Y, means like a white head, like a wizened old person. And that's what this is like. It turns white. I've never been really sure if that's like a mold or fungus on there, but it always turns like this, and it just looks like powdered sugar on top of the mint. This mint, the smell reminds me a lot of eucalyptus, and it's very pleasant, but it's not as minty as like a peppermint. Jewelweed is so delicate. It looks like, to me it looks like a dangling earring. And here are all the leaves, plus many of the blossoms. And you know that jewelweed is an antidote. You can make it into an oil or sap for poison ivy, and it often grows along with poison ivy, so that you can have right when you need it. It's so exquisite. It reminds me of an orchid kind of hanging on a string, and we've just had a lot of rain, so everything is covered with drops of rain. I'm just walking by our neighbor's property, and they have some late blooming Eccinacea coneflower that is in bloom. We have some growing up on our homestead as well. Come on. Little bit is not appreciating getting left out. I think she wants to be picked up and carried. But she's still coming along. Come on, Elby. So apparently Little Bit wanted to be carried. She got a little bit lazy. And she still wants to come, but she doesn't want to walk by herself. I have some plants up the road that I wanted to check out. There's some. Okay, I turned around now because I'm halfway down our road, and I decided to turn back, and a little bit already gave up. I am not seeing any ironweed yet. I'm seeing a lot of Pye Weed, and it's early. It will still get a lot fluffier. So we're going to be watching for the ironweed, and it comes out in abundance where there's a lot of the yellow goldenrod. And they usually are all together, and you can get a really colorful bouquet. Here I found the cutest little mushrooms. I like mushrooms. Of course I wouldn't eat these mushrooms, but I like to see them growing. Here we have the Indian paintbrush, and it is a brilliant scarlet red. It's really pretty. Really good focus on it, but there it is. I honestly don't know any use for this medicinally. I might have to look some stuff up, but it's just really pretty. I think it's a nice. The sun is going down. That means it's almost getting dark, and so I'm heading back. Nothing much more to see at this point, but it was a good walk. I think I walked a little farther than I thought I was planning to. That's okay. That's what Sabbaths are for. We found Elby. She was lost in the woods. She didn't go home after all. Elby, come on. We're gonna have to walk home. So I did find some ironweed. It's just not blooming yet. Good job, LB. So I guess that means we're gonna have a good day tomorrow because they say red sky at night, sailor's delight. So we're getting a real pretty sunset. I'm gonna have to zoom home and see if I can see it from the top of our hill. I just love it. It's getting misty and pink, and it's a beautiful end to a Sabbath day's walk. That was a treat to have a hazy pink sky and to have a little bit reunited. she didn't make it too far down the road.